Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy early 4th of July for you US people out there. And it's Friday. We are at the London close time frame. And it's a little after London close. And there's a reason for that. Most of any market participation will be done by 7 a.m. Today. So between 7 a.m. my time. So I believe that is 6 p.m. London up until the actual close of all markets. The volatility is going to be super low and the spreads are going to be super high. And with market liquidity so thin, things can move erratically. So I find it best, especially if you're trading any type of decent financials here. Stay out. Protect your account because you don't know what can happen in that time frame. So that's why we're not going to be trading today. You can see, there has been some market participation, but it's super low. The CAD's been sold off a little bit because Canadian markets are still open, but there's nothing really to pair it with. I mean, I would say, the Kiwi looks strong, but Kiwi CAD is not the biggest mover, so I wouldn't anticipate anything substantially moving here in the next hour and 15 minutes. So you definitely don't want to be trading it during this time frame. That's just take it from me. I've done it before, and what ends up happening is you waste your holiday and you end up losing money. So not the good thing to do here. We did have a trade yesterday, so let me pull that up and I can show you. So it was pound yen, and you can see here it didn't do anything here during the time. And then when it came down here, actually, I got out of this and took about 30 pips. It was a little late because this is the London Open here right at this bar, and you can see it dropped to my entry at that bar. So on the spike down on the very next bar, I stayed up a little bit later and just got it out of there. I didn't want to mess with it. And you can see it's not going anywhere fast. It turned out to be an okay trade, but the liquidity, it seems like everyone's kind of took the rest of the week off already, even in Asia. So I would anticipate maybe another little bit of a move down, but nothing lower than this level here. So if you want to get in, the trade's still valid, in my opinion, but I wouldn't do it. So, what I'd like to talk about today with you guys is just, how to maintain your discipline trading your strategy and not deviate. So, I've been in this game for several years now, and, I always found it hard to do that because I'd always end up chasing profits, so especially if you get so used to winning, when you have a loss, you want to keep it open because you think it'll turn around and win. But the markets don't care what you think, and they will go in the direction they're going to go in. So the market is never wrong. Okay, price action is never wrong. You gotta start thinking about that when you're trading your strategy. So if you're proven wrong in that trade, just get out of it. Follow your rules and get out of it. There's another day, there's another trade, and you'll find over the long run, if you have a viable strategy with an edge, which both myself and Nick, trade with and teach you, you'll make money for sure. But sometimes you're going to be wrong, and that happens, and you just want to get out. And I've learned through a lot of pain that there's much less pain just getting out of it, not have to worry about it, than looking at your trade and watching it for days, and hope that it turns around and not wipe out your account, right? And that has happened early on for me. So that it's important to stick with your risk management, and you want to think like a risk. You want to think like a fund manager. So if you're trading people's money, how would they want you to treat their money? Would they want you to be reckless with it, or would they want you to protect it? Whenever there's unnecessary risk, because in trading, there's always going to be risk, but are you taking unnecessary risk? And that's what you want to try to stay away from. So, today's a great example of an unnecessary risk. If you got on this trade here, could you make money? Yeah, you could. But is it an unnecessary risk? Yes. Okay, you're looking at the spreads widening. You're looking at anything happening here in about an hour and 15 minutes. And there's no telling what it's going to do right now because the markets are not acting methodically, which is where the edge is for me. Um, you know, that London timeframe to that U.S. lunchtime tells me a lot about what's going to be happening for the day on the price action. So when I mirror that with the fundamental news, which right now we don't have any because the markets are closed or people are leaving, so the data tranche is really really light. You know that erases your edge. So just think about this thing. In terms of a process, and if it's deviating from the process, don't do it. And you'll find that you're much more profitable just by really watching your risk. And I can't tell you, out of all the things out there, risk management, I know you hear it all the time, but I'm telling you, risk management is the key. And it's not just sticking with your reward to risk, it's managing yourself. That is the key, and that is the most difficult thing because we're humans. We want to win, and we're used to, win is good, loss is bad. But you have to get out of that mindset and just, really trade the probabilities and let the probabilities make the money for you. So take the emotion out of it. A loss doesn't mean you're a bad trader. A win doesn't mean you're a good trader. A good trader is somebody that's profitable consistently, and that's what you want to be thinking about. So, I look at this. I look at this site. I used to, I was thinking about posting signals for the site Trader Signal. And when I look at all these traders, man, a lot of them, they're all martingale in it, and that's great. And you're going to make money, a little bit of money here and there. I mean, probably for a year, 2 years, but eventually that market's going to crush you. And you think about that, one loss could wipe out 2-3 years of work. I don't know about you, but that's stressful. And I've seen it happen when this whole coronavirus thing happened. I saw funds going away on there because I keep tabs on it. And I felt for the guys, but they're trading erratically because you're putting all your eggs in the fact that the market will behave normally, and all it has to do is not behave normally once, and you're done. So think about that when you guys are making these trades. And for my trading strategy, this could be tough because this is a soft stop, and my hard stop was actually up here. But if you let that run and you think, okay, it'll rebound, and this has actually happened to me a couple times here as I was developing the strategy, I think it'll turn around, and I ended up getting wiped out for double what I wanted to get wiped out for. And that affects the edge. So, if you're going to trade my strategy in the London close here and use a soft stop, if it closes above this, get out of it. Because if it's not going to go above this thing, it'll spike down. If it's going to continue going above, as long as you picked out your levels pretty decently, it'll spike down. So that's why I have a soft stop, just in case there's any stop hunters looking for liquidity. But if it's going up, and once again, you can usually tell by the U.S. lunchtime if you pick the right direction or not for my strategy. So, small losses, big wins. That's what you want to be aiming for here, and you'll be all right. All right. So just keep that in mind and think about that over the weekend. A good book to read if you guys are really looking to get into this is Trading in the Zone. You can look that up on Amazon. I think they have a Kindle version on there, but that'll really teach you kind of the proper mindset to be trading. So, what we take care of here is obviously the edge, how the market works, how to trade it. But that, discipline, that self-discipline, that's something that only you guys can, do for yourselves. And to me, personally, as I struggled, that was the thing that took the longest. It wasn't the edge. I mean, it is good to find an edge, but there was there were strategies that I could have made money from, but it was that personal discipline that needed to develop in order for me to be profitable. So, um, it, you know, I got there, and I think you guys can too. So, I wish you the best of luck. And like I said, be careful if you're going to trade today. I'm not, and I hope you guys all have a great weekend. And I'll see you for the Monday London close. All right. Have a great day, guys.